Welcome to the Twin Flames Eternal Love channel, where your journey is not only observed, but deeply understood. Today, I want to lead you on a path where your soul will recognize truths that time cannot erase. There is a sacred moment that surpasses all human logic, the encounter between two flames that were generated by the same divine breath. And perhaps, without realizing it, your soul is already vibrating with a premonition of this moment. What no one tells you is that this encounter doesn't begin when your eyes meet, but when your heart awakens and recognizes something the mind could never explain. There is a force that calls to you from within, as if a part of you, which seemed dormant, is being awakened by the reflection of another life. This is not coincidence, it is destiny. Your twin flame doesn't arrive to complete what is missing, but to activate what has always been within you and needed to be awakened. Often, this awakening begins amidst chaos, in the void, in the search for something greater. It is in this silent space that the presence of another soul reveals itself like a flash in the darkness. When your soul intersects with theirs, a portal opens. It's not just a human encounter, it's a cosmic reunion. Something that was written before you even took your first breath. However, what almost no one reveals is that this encounter also brings the shadows to light. Not because it's destructive, but because the light of the flame exposes what needs healing. Perhaps you've already felt this call, this restlessness that keeps you awake and awakens memories you don't even know where they come from. It's your soul recognizing their presence even before physical contact. There are signs along the way, recurring dreams, synchronicities, songs that speak exactly what you feel, encounters that seem unlikely but carry a divine weight. When the flames meet, time loses its power. The days seem to merge, and each moment carries the feeling of eternity. It's the heart setting the pace, not the clock. But you must understand, this encounter is not a linear fairy tale. It comes to break patterns, so that you discover the whole woman that has always existed within you. The twin flame awakens your essence, and this awakening often hurts, because it requires detachment, courage, and faith in something that the eyes cannot yet fully see. He arrives not only as a man, but as a mirror. The reflection can be frightening, because it reveals both your light and your wounds. And in this mirror, you realize that true love is not about possession, but about freedom. It is not about fear of loss, but about trust in eternity. This connection transcends space and distance. Even far away, you feel it. Even in silence, you hear it. Even in absence, its presence pulsates in every part of you. The secret is that the encounter of the flames is not just to experience an earthly love, but to fulfill a greater purpose, the expansion of your soul and the elevation of your entire journey. You were not chosen at random. There's a calling upon your life, and this reunion is the key that unlocks doors that were locked within your being. Every sign, every sensation, every revelation you experience is not a figment of your imagination, but the breath of the divine reminding you of who you truly are. Allow yourself to immerse yourself in this truth. The twin flame encounter isn't just about him and you. It's about the union of your spirit with your mission. It's about eternal love that transforms everything around you. There's something that pulses within you when this connection awakens, as if your heart beats at a frequency that doesn't belong in this world. It's as if the entire universe conspired to show you that something much greater is happening. Perhaps you've felt unexplained chills, sensed their presence even without seeing them, or been overcome by an emotion so intense it didn't seem to come from you. These are signs that your flame is approaching. It's not just a meeting of glances, but of destinies. And when this destiny reveals itself, it's accompanied by truths you haven't yet dared to question. Often, this strength arrives amidst the unexpected, when you weren't looking for it, but were silently prepared. It's at this point that life surprises you. What no one told you is that this encounter carries hidden codes, as if they were messages recorded within your soul, waiting for the exact moment to be activated. You may even try to resist, distract yourself, deny what you feel, but the connection keeps knocking at your door, because it's impossible to silence the call of what was born together. There's an inexplicable magnetism between you. It's as if two equal and opposite forces attract each other, breaking down all barriers of logic. And it's in this magnetism that your life begins to change. People, situations, and even old patterns begin to drift away, because the energy of this encounter no longer allows what isn't true. Sometimes, the intensity is frightening. It's normal to feel fear, because it's something so profound that it seems impossible to control. But understand, It's not to control, it's to live. The twin flame awakens in you the memory of who you've always been. It doesn't create something new, it simply reveals your original essence, the one that time tried to erase. And in this awakening, the masks fall. What seemed important loses value, and what seemed distant becomes the only thing that truly matters. You begin to feel a soul hunger, as if no ordinary experience were enough. It's because your energy has been activated for a greater purpose. This encounter isn't limited to romance. It opens portals of consciousness, awakens spiritual gifts, and aligns you with what previously seemed inaccessible. Your intuition becomes stronger, the signs become clearer, and even silences begin to carry answers that only your soul can decipher. You may experience unexplained physical pain, changes in sleep patterns, intense emotions. All of this is part of the reconfiguration this reunion provokes in you. It's not a coincidence. It's a calling. It's as if the universe is pushing you to the exact place you need to be, even when your mind doesn't understand. This movement can be confusing, because it feels like your life is being turned upside down. But in truth, it's being realigned with your true purpose. The heart recognizes before the eyes. And when this recognition happens, you can never see the world the same way again. It's as if everything you've experienced so far was just preparation. Every pain, every victory, every tear, everything was aligned for this moment when your soul awakens again. And as you feel this truth echoing within you, something greater continues to unfold, because this is just the beginning of the mystery your life is about to reveal. There are times when the mere thought of him moves your entire body, as if it were impossible to control the intensity of this call. This is not an illusion, it is the reflection of your soul recognizing the presence of your other half. Even without words, there is an invisible communication. You feel when he thinks of you, you notice when he distances himself, and even silence carries messages that only your heart can decipher. This is the power of the spiritual bond. It needs no physical proof, because the truth is felt before it is seen. Many women mistake this connection for ordinary love, but they soon realize that it is not something fleeting. It is a force that transcends time and does not allow you to be the same again. The twin flame encounter is not linear. It is made up of comings and goings, of encounters and separations, because each step has the purpose of refining your soul. When you try to control this process, life shows you that it is not about control, but about surrender. The energy between you can ignite memories from other lives, revealing memories your mind never experienced, but your soul recognizes as truth. And with each revelation, you understand that this isn't just a relationship, but a spiritual mission involving healing, expansion, and transformation. What no one tells you is that this intensity can be so strong that it provokes resistance, both in you and in him, because true love requires courage to sustain itself. This love doesn't accept superficiality. It demands authenticity, it shatters illusions, and forces you to face who you truly are. You realize there's no hiding, because before your twin flame, every mask falls, every truth is revealed. And even if it hurts, this revelation is the key that unlocks the doors of your evolution. You weren't called to live the ordinary, but to experience the extraordinary. That's why your heart so often persists even when your mind tells you to give up. Because your soul knows there's a purpose much greater than what meets the eye. You may feel the intensity as if it were an internal storm, but it is in this storm that your purest strength is forged. There is an invisible alignment taking place, and every experience you live now is preparing the ground for something greater yet to be revealed. This preparation happens not only physically, but spiritually. Dreams, signs, omens, everything comes as coded messages that only your sensitivity can translate. Often, it is in the silence of the night that your soul travels to it. You may not remember everything when you wake up, but your heart awakens with a sensation that cannot be explained. This sensation is unmistakable. It is the call of destiny, echoing within you, showing you that there is a greater truth that no distance can erase. You are being led to sacred territory, and each step on this journey reveals a piece of the mystery surrounding the union of the flames. And as this mystery unfolds, your consciousness expands, and you begin to realize that nothing you have experienced so far compares to what is about to happen. If this message spoke to you, it's because your soul needed to hear these exact words at this moment. Nothing here came to you by chance, everything was prepared to touch your heart. I want to thank you for staying here, for allowing yourself to delve into this profound truth that the encounter of twin flames awakens in each chosen being. Your presence is precious, and when you share your experience in the comments, you not only confirm your soul's calling but also inspire other women who are experiencing the same journey. So, write in the comments what touched your heart most in this message. Each word of yours is part of a collective energy that strengthens this space of love and awakening. And if this message resonated with you, I invite you to join us on this journey. Subscribe to the Twin Flames Eternal Love channel and become part of this family of souls walking toward truth. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because each video we share here may be exactly the answer your soul is seeking at that moment. Remember, each new piece of content is a piece of the puzzle of your journey, and you won't want to miss the next revelations that the universe is already preparing for you. Stay tuned, because in the next videos we will delve even deeper into this mystery, revealing spiritual keys that will transform the way you see this path. Your awakening is just beginning, and we will be here, side by side with you, every step of the way on this sacred journey. Thank you for being part of this message, for opening your heart and allowing your soul to be touched by the light that unites us.